Hi guys, we're here to do another video. And this video is one that's been requested by a few of our lodgers. About a year ago we did the 10 things we hate about each other.
And it's taken me a year to come up with 10 things that I love about Lee. So here we go.
A lot of people asked us to do a follow-up on that for the 10 things that we love about each other. Because obviously we bicker quite a lot in our videos, so obviously some people think that we don't love each other, which obviously we do, at least 10 minutes a day. So I've got mine on my phone here.
And I'm prepared, I've printed mine off.
So who's going to go first with number one?
I will. So we're just going to do number one each and then 2 each, 3 each and 4 each.
And I'll comment on everything you say.
No, you're not commenting.
I am.
Well, you can disagree with it or if you like, I'm not fussed. Right, so the first one is Lee is always thoughtful of others.
That's very true.
He is. He always thinks about other people, and sometimes he doesn't always decide straight away. He'll think about it and then come back, and I can manipulate that sometimes, but you're quite thoughtful of others.
Is it my go?
Mm.
I suppose there's not going to be much we can disagree on this, because if we disagree then it's like disagreeing about a good point about us. I love how Nick knows something about everything. I always said Nick is like a walking encyclopedia and he knows something about everything. Even if he doesn't
Not an expert, but...
No, even if he doesn't know something in depth about a topic, somehow he always knows something about every topic.
I've just got a good memory.
And so you'll say something like, let's say for instance, now this is a really sort of not political or life-threatening thing, but we'll be at Nick's mum's and Nick's mum watches all the soap operas. No, so Nick's mum will say something about Emmerdale, and Nick will say, oh yeah, so-and-so's in Emmerdale, he's going out with so-and-so now.
I don't watch it.
And I'll be like, how the frig do you know that? Because we don't watch Emmerdale, and we're together all the time, so I know you don't watch like a soap opera, so how the frig do you know something about that?
Because I just read things and I remember things, I've just got a good memory.
So Nick knows something about everything, so it always impresses me, because knowledge impresses me. And knowledge, I think, is power, and I think knowledge is sexy.
So what you're saying is I'm sexy, powerful and knowledgeable.
If you like.
That's fine by me. Right, second one for me. Lee is always very kind, he's always wanting to buy people gifts and he's always thinking about others, aren't you?
Gifts, gives another
If he feels sorry for somebody, he'll want to treat them and things like that, or if somebody's struggling, he'll want to look after them and basically treat them.
Oh, yeah.
Like he'll buy our saddle something, or...
Yeah, not that I'm saying that the solution to every problem is to buy somebody something. I just,
brings a little bit of happiness to somebody.
Yeah. I like this one. Number 2 for me. Nick, Number 2, how you make me laugh. Nick always makes me laugh, most of the time. Sometimes I want to punch him through a wall, but most of the time he makes me laugh. Even if I'm being miserable,
which is a lot,
he'll make me laugh. Sometimes he can just look at me and I'll laugh.
Oh, thanks. That's a very nice point, you cheeky twat.
And I don't mean it like that. I just mean that sometimes...
You just said it!
Sometimes he'll just give me a certain look which makes me laugh, and he's meaning to do that, so he can always make me laugh.
Right, next one. This is like the inverse of this, actually. Whenever I'm stressed, Lee can always calm me down.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't think that. I always think there's nothing that can calm Nick down, so we just sometimes let
the signs. Yeah, but the signs that you see, you can't. But sometimes when you're like, and I'm really stressed, and I'm like, and he'll just come in and just hold me, and I'm just like, oh, I just better just take it all away for like 10 seconds.
Or tickle your hair.
Or tickle my hair.
I've got number 3.
Well, yeah, because my next one's tickle my hair.
Number 3. I love you. One thing I love about you is how you brought me out of myself.
That is true.
Yeah, we've said this on many occasions. When I was a teenager, up until the year of my 21st year, which is when I met Nick, I didn't used to speak.
At all.
My mum and my sister used to get really frustrated because they didn't talk to me. And sometimes I wouldn't even talk back.
And now you can't shut him up.
Yeah. I just never used to talk. There was so much life and enthusiasm and happiness
bottled up
inside of me, but I could never get it out. And I used to be like, if I was in like a group of 3 or 4 people, I felt alien because I just didn't know how to integrate, and that's just how I always was. And I
showed you how to. Yeah, I showed you the way.
And now when I'm with Nick, I feel normal. Ever since then, I feel normal, and I sometimes worry that if anything happens to Nick, I'll go back to that kind of introverted recluse, and I hope I never have to go back, test that theory.
You won't. I will outlive you.
That's what I mean. I hope you die first.
Oh, thanks.
No, I hope I die first, actually. That's what I meant. I hope I die first because I don't ever want to go back to being alone.
Right. Number 4. I like it. I love it when Lee always tickles my hair when I'm falling asleep, and it always makes me feel really content and relaxed. And no matter how stressed I am, I like my hair being tickled, and nobody can do it like you.
Oh, you always told me your grandma used to do it better than me.
You've exceeded her.
Number 4, how you are my therapist when I'm feeling down. It kind of goes on from when Nick knows something about everything. He's also a therapist, psychologist and counsellor.
Not official.
No. So if I'm feeling down and I've got some kind of problem, Nick will know how to talk me around. And I always felt
years of experience.
Because I'm a big Star Trek fan, I always thought that Counsellor Deanna Troi would be my perfect counsellor. But because I don't have Counsellor Deanna Troi, I have Nick. And you're not quite as pretty as Counsellor Deanna Troi, but you do a good job.
Thanks, I think. Right, number 5 for me is Lee is always positive no matter what the situation is. He always basically sees the positive side of it, whereas I always plan for the worst. He does the opposite. He plans for the positive. So I suppose the two together
we got in well.
Yeah, we're well matched.
And I do try, and I wasn't always like that. I was quite a negative person in my youth.
Until he read The Secret, and then he quotes it to me all the time, and I always think it's bullshit, but...
I'm not saying I agree with The Secret, the book by Rhonda Byrne, 100%. I think some of it is a bit codwork, but I agree with a lot of things in that book. If you've read that book, it's about the law of attraction. I don't think you could just sit on a carpet, close your eyes, think of £1 million and just
drop through a letterbox.
You've got to do something. You have to have positive action. You've got to do things in your life. Do you know what I mean? You can't just be one of these people that, for instance, puts lovely quotes on Facebook like, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah.
And it'll come true.
You've got to actually do something.
Yeah.
You've got to work. You've got to have positive.
The future is what you make it. It's not written in a book, and it won't just come true because you wish it.
I believe in thinking positive, but also taking positive action. You've got to do action.
We need to do a therapy group.
I think I'd be good at that.
I think so. You just did mimics of it.
Right, so...
Wait a minute, it's my turn now.
No, it isn't.
What have you just done?
It's my turn.
What was the question? What number?
Therapist. What did I do? No.
I just said the positives. Always see the positives in a situation.
My go.
Well, that was your go.
It wasn't. So, my next one is... So, I love how Nick is good at DIY because I'm useless at DIY. So, if it wasn't for Nick...
I can account for that.
I would be paying people to do things for me. Oh, to be fair...
You can't even change a light bulb.
Oh, rubbish, I can change a light bulb.
You can't change a plug.
If it wasn't for you, I always remember learning how to change a plug at junior school. So, there you go.
And have you done it since?
Not had the need.
No, because I do it.
Exactly. I do believe, actually, though, if you weren't in my life, and say I was living on my own...
You pay somebody.
No. I don't think I'd be one of those people that just paid everybody to do everything.
Oh, I think you would.
No, because that dulls your brain.
I think you would.
I think I would try to do things, and I'd Google things, and I'd YouTube things until I knew how to do it.
That's how I learned. YouTubing. Right, the next one. So we're on number 5, aren't we? So I love the funny things about Lee. So I'll give you a couple of examples, right? When we're in the car, we're holding hands. If a truck goes past the window, he pulls his hand away, and I hold it there to make sure, because he's frightened to death that the driver in the car would see us holding hands in the car, and I always hold his hands there and make him ride it through, and he gets really squirmish, doesn't he, about stuff like that.
I do a little bit. I wish I could get over that because it actually tells a story about society that I think in 2019, the fact that I hold hands and...
even though he doesn't know the driver in the car.
Exactly, and I perceive that person could look at us badly. I need to get over that because I don't...
Who gives a toss?
Exactly.
I don't care.
And I need to get over that.
Number 6 for you.
Okay. How you like to improve things and make them perfect. Although sometimes
true.
It can frustrate the hell out of me because Nick rants and raves whenever he's doing jobs. He's always wanting to improve things, improve our life, improve everything in our life. He's never happy with the way our life is. Like the business...
I'm always tweaking.
Yeah, the business could be like that for some people, but for Nick it needs to be there. So
all there.
Going up, everything up, business, lodge, our relationships with friends, everything has to be better. So if we have a party, the next one has to be better. If we have a social gathering, the next one has to be better. If we arrange a charity event, the next one has to be
bigger, better, exceed yourself, beyond your previous
which I like that, and it pushes me to be better as well. So I've got somebody behind me that
and there's a lot of pushing.
Pushes me to do better.
Number 7 is the way. This is going to sound really cheesy, but this one is I love the way that Lee smells. You don't stink, but you have your own smell.
And what is that smell?
It's just a you smell. It's not a bad smell. It's just your smell.
Are you sure you just not made that up because you've got run out of things to say?
No.
Well, you've never told me that before.
Well, so
Well, I'm gonna be
you've
taking,
got your own smell.
I'm going to be taking piss out of you forever.
Well, shall I tell you what you smell like? You've just got a fresh smell. I don't know. It's just got your own smell. Everybody that's in a relationship knows that everybody else has their own odour. Lee stinks.
Could I bottle it and sell it?
No, you stink.
No, I agree that everybody has their own
Stink.
scent, and I always remember that from.
I'm not a dog. I don't piss up a tree and things like that. But Lee has his own smell.
I always remember that from when I was younger, about 13 years old. I had a best friend, and one day he left his coat at my house, and I just randomly got a whiff of it. And no, like you said, it wasn't a BO smell or like that. It was just a smell, and it just brought so many memories back of being in his house, just being around there, having tea, watching films.
The lodge.
No, I'm not finished speaking.
I know, but the lodge has a smell, doesn't it?
Because his coat had a smell which associated with positive feelings of our friendship, and it was his smell.
Everybody has a smell. It's not a bad smell. I'm not talking like dog's backside smell.
Like
but the lodge.
Like Sazzle has her smell.
Yeah, but let's not talk about that.
Next.
Yeah, but the lodge has a smell. When you walk into the lodge, it has a unique smell. When we come home, it has a unique smell.
Right,
doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Right, number whatever. How underneath your tough exterior, you are a big softie.
No, I disagree.
There's only 2 people in the world that, maybe possibly 3, although 2 people in this world now, one's gone. Your grandma being the 3rd one, possibly. 2 people in the world that ever sees this. 1 being myself, and 2 being Nick's mum. We both
I'm
know.
you to say I was a softie.
We both know that Nick is a big softie inside his tough exterior. I know that because obviously I live with Nick, so I see it. And I'm just trying to think of it. I'm sure there's been an example lately. I can't remember, something about.
I hope not.
You were feeling sorry for somebody. Oh, I don't know what it was. Yeah, Nick comes across as sort of tough, hard, and he doesn't like to show any signs of weakness to anybody. But obviously, because I live with him inside, I see the big softie that does live inside Nick and lives inside all of us, no matter how tough he tries to be.
Right, so number 8, my next one is I love about Lee his use of pet names. So 2 examples of pet names that he uses for me is Sweet Pea and Chicken.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
You do.
No, I don't.
You've used it today.
Are you sure?
Chicken, would you like a gin? Sweet Pea, would you do this for me?
I agree that
You
I
do
said
that.
Sweet Pea, but I don't think I said chicken.
Can you remember when we first used to say me duck, me dear, me darling?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Years ago.
Because that's just cheesy.
Yeah, but we used to do it. That was like pet names for each other. It was only because somebody I used to work with used to say me duck, me dear, me darling, and I kind of used it, and it kind of stuck for a while, didn't it?
And then we were like, for God's sake, stop saying that.
But I do say to you, our lass.
I don't like that.
I do say that to him quite a lot. I know it infuriates him, but it's funny.
We do kind of say that to each other, don't we? I was like, come on, our lass.
Come on, our lass, get your coat on. Come on, our lass.
I don't say
Which
chicken,
is a Yorkshire
though.
thing. It's a
I
Yorkshire
say Sweet
thing.
Pea, but I don't say chicken.
You do.
I do not.
You do.
Moving on. How you love doing things for other people. And you do.
I do.
Love doing things for other people.
It gives me pleasure to help other people do stuff.
Sometimes to the extent where I say,
Stop.
stop, you're doing too much. And sometimes, I'm not saying this about anybody in particular, sometimes people can take advantage of it a little.
Yeah.
Like, they can ask you to do too much, and I've been like,
They have in the past, and Lee stepped in and stopped him.
yeah, I've stepped in and said, you're going to have to say no to this because you're doing it a little bit too often.
Yeah.
And
I just like
don't
helping
know,
people.
for example, because Nick is really technical and IT literate, every friend and every family member used to ask Nick to fix their IT, show them how to do this IT.
And it used to be a simple, most of the time it was a simple fix.
Yeah, but it was basically back when we had full-time 9-to-5 jobs, and we'd get home and almost every night we'd have a request for an IT help from either a friend or a family member.
Or they knock on the door and bring the laptop or something like that.
But Nick would always do it, but in the background he'd say, look, I'm getting really sick of this, it's too much, because I want to relax after work. So I would say, right, you're going to have to just put your foot down and say, I'm not an IT person. Please
Even
don't.
though it
ask
was,
a
I used to work in
professional."
IT.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go and ask a professional because I don't want to do this in my spare time. But Nick would never say that, so I had to step in sometimes. I remember with a friend that said, "Look, he's fixed your laptop umpteen times, and we have to stop now."
Get a new bloody laptop.
Yeah. So okay, next one.
Number 9. So my next one was, I love how we spend every waking moment together. This is one of Lee's negatives. Lee doesn't like that. I do. I could happily spend the entire rest of our lives together every day, day in, day out. Whereas Lee needs his own space.
And I
Just for
imagine
an
quite
hour.
A lot of people do as well.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. I would say it's 50-50 split. I would happily spend, I do disappear into back at lodge and spend a couple of hours watching TV, but we're still together.
I have to get away from it. Like this week, we've come home early from the Westwood.
We were home an hour and he buggered off to his mother's for 3 hours.
I was like, look, we've had 4 days of just us two, 24/7. I need to talk to somebody else.
Yeah, I can understand
it's
that.
Not a bad thing. It's not.
I can understand that, but that's not what it's about. It's
I just
about
need
I would
some
happily
more-
spend time with you, with other people there as well. But
It's because I'm a lovely, beautiful person.
next question.
No, it's I need fresh stimulation from somebody else other than just Nick, because we run a business together, we live at the lodge together, we do a YouTube channel together. It's all the time. So I like your full head of thick brown hair. Do you think wondering what I was going to say then?
Nice.
No, I do. No, and it's
So you love my hair?
no. I love that Nick is older than me, even though I'm very young, and he has a full,
Don't mess my hair up.
thick head of hair.
I'm not thinning, but I'm starting to go grey. In fact, it took you 2 hours today to pluck them all this morning,
I'm
didn't
still
it?
speaking because I wouldn't want to be with a bald person. Not that there's anything wrong with bald people because I'm thinning on top. But
Thinning?
I like the fact that you're that age and you've got hardly any grey hairs. You don't dye your hair. You've got a thick head of hair.
You're tickling me hair.
And
Number 4.
I wish mine were that thick. Next, last one.
Right, this one is going to make you cry.
I doubt it.
I think it might do. So I have loved all 7,636 days that we've been together.
Give us a kiss.
7,636 days since the very first day I met Lee. Give or take a day to her, because I couldn't remember the
You've
day.
not loved every one of them.
Not everyone.
You're a
There's probably 36 out of them where I'd start off straight away. But 7,636 days since I met Lee, and I wouldn't change any of them.
Lies.
Beat that bitch.
That's a lie.
No, it's 7,636 days. Go on, give us a cheesy one.
My
now.
last one is, I love how you like to be loved.
Who doesn't?
No, this goes back to Nick being like having a tough exterior and pretending that he's like hard macho man, but underneath he just wants to be loved and he just wants to be caressed and he just wants to be tickled like a little puppy dog. He just wants to be loved.
Little to the left.
He just wants
Little to
be
the left.
loved.
You stopped.
And I get to see that where everybody else doesn't.
You're breaking my neck.
And that's what I love about you.
Oh.
Give us a kiss.
Right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed
Finally done that video. It's been
Right.
a year in the making.
this. Thanks, Google, for those that list of 10 questions. I really appreciate it. I'm just kidding.
We've finally done that video. So if you've not seen the 10 things we hate about each other, here's the thumbnail.
We didn't have to Google them, did we?
No, they came
No,
easy.
they just came easy.
Go and watch that.
Could've
It
done
was- It was
200.
a year ago. We might be a bit fatter in the face then. I'm not sure.
Probably.
So if you're not already subscribed, please click on the subscribe button to
Why
become
do I never
larger.
get to do this bit?
Every frigging video you do it.
Yeah, because you stutter.
Click on the like button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our future videos. Share this video with all your friends on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so that they can all come and watch
Share,
us.
share, share.
And we'll see you tomorrow for a new video.
Bye.
Goodbye.